Hey, it's Abhi here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to AppOwls. I wanted to personally create this video and send it over to you. Now, if you're on this page, you are one of the first few AppOwls customers to unlock the ability to get access to AppOwls exclusive bundle deal. Now, the bundle deal is a special one-time offer that is presented to a select few AppOwls users that helps you get the ability to unlock every single upgrade of AppOwls for a massive 70% discounted price. The bundle deal, the exclusive bundle deal, includes access to AppOwls Unlimited, AppOwls Professional, AppOwls Agency, AppOwls Done For You, and AppOwls White Label. Oh, and this also includes all the bonuses, features, commercial licenses, and other agency license, everything in between for all upgrades. Now, if you leave this page, the price will increase significantly and you might not be offered this again. Remember, if you're buying each of these upgrades individually later, you'll end up paying over $700 right now. But if you pick up the exclusive bundle deal, you save 70% on it. Click the button below, pick up the AppOwls exclusive bundle deal, and I'll see you on the inside.
So in this demo, I'm going to show you how to use AppOwls. We're going to check out some incredible features. I'm going to be showing you how you can create a stunning mobile app in just a few steps, manually or using the auto-generate option. How you can add and customize elements and pages, create a store and add products, create a loyalty program, add bookings for appointments or events, how to integrate autoresponders, send out push notifications, as well as to convert your PWA app into a native app for Android and iOS so that you can download and publish it on their app stores. And a bunch more. There's a lot to cover here, so let's get right into it. Okay, so once you've logged in, you'll land here on the dashboard. Here you can see the list of apps that you've created in the sidebar. When you click on an app, it opens the stats over here. You can see installs, page views, registrations, and leads. And you can set to see the stats for specific periods, so today's stats, yesterday, and so on. Here on the right, you can see the app preview. So you can hover over and scroll or click to navigate around a preview of the app. Then over here, once you've created and published your app, you'll find the app URL and the generated QR code. So you'll be able to copy and share this QR code with app users, and they just need to scan this code to install the app, which is super convenient. All right, then over here, you can see Generate Android app and Generate iOS app and the download buttons. So what this does is once you've created your PWA app on AppOwls, you can convert it into a native app for Android and iOS, download it from here, and then publish it in their stores. We'll circle back on this later, so let's move on for now. Okay, so over on the left navigation bar lets you go into App Data. Here you can see analytics for how many people have installed your app, or how many people have visited the app. You can also choose what period of time over here. And if you want to see worldwide stats, or you can narrow down your search to each country. Then App Ratings shows a list of all the users who have given a rating to the app. You'll see their name, email, the rating they gave, and any comments they wrote, as well as the dates that they rated it. You can also export that data over here. App Users. This shows a list of all the users who have installed the app, so you can also see name, email, what country they're in, phone, and so on. And here, if you've created forms in your app, the Forms data section will contain all the information about that. So the name of the form, the name of the person who filled it, the content, and when they filled it. You can also export this data. Right, now let's look at Engage Leads. First, in the Notifications tab, this is where you can set up and see your push notifications. Okay, so click Send New Notification over here. Then give it a title. Enter the message you want to send in the notification. You can also add an image for it. Then here you can add a web page link that users will be directed to once they click and open the notification. And you can also schedule the notification to be sent out at a future date and time. All right, so you have the same for sending out SMS. Then you have Booking Manager. So this is where you can create bookings for events or appointments that users will be able to then make in the app. So let's click on Add New Plan. Okay, booking type. Is it an appointment booking or is it for an event? You can give the booking a name. Then here you can select the times which the booking slots will be available between. So you can just adjust the slider to edit the times. You can select on which days the bookings will be open. Then choose the duration for each booking slot. So the default is 60 minutes. If it's a group booking, then you can select how many openings there are for each slot. Here you can select if there are any holidays, so this will not allow any bookings on those days. Registration starts. You can select when the booking form will be activated and for how long users will be able to make bookings. You can also enable the app to automatically approve the bookings if you want. Okay, and then lastly, registration type. So you can select whether it's a free booking or if it's paid. So if it's paid, then you'll see the options below where you can select how much the booking costs in dollars. And then you can link a PayPal or a Stripe account where the payment will be sent to. You can also select cash on counter if they can pay in cash at the appointment or event. All right, submit. And here it is. Then the last thing here is the Loyalty Manager. This is where you can create a loyalty program. So when a user makes a purchase, they'll be able to earn reward points, which they will be able to redeem in store. There are two types of programs. So you can choose reward points, which is when a customer makes a purchase, they will then earn points. And once they've accumulated enough, they'll be able to redeem those points for discounts and so on. All right, so let's create one quick. Let's call this Loyalty Points. Amount to gain a point means how much money needs to be spent in order to gain 1 point. So for example, for every $1 spent, they get 1 point. Or for every $10 spent, they get 1 point. Then here you can set how much the value of 1 point is equal to. So 1 point equals $1 or $10 and so on. Okay, and then you also get to collect cards to win a prize. With this, users will collect cards in the app for their purchases, and once they have collected a certain number of cards, they'll win some kind of a prize. All right, so let's call this one Loyalty Cards. Then select the dates that this promotion will be valid for. Now we choose how many cards must be collected before a prize can be won. So let's say 5. Here, allowed number of cards. This means how many cards a user can collect in a day. And then winning text. Once a user has collected all of the cards, a winning message will be displayed to congratulate them and tell them that they've won. So I'll show you what this looks like in the app once we get to that later. All right, next is products plans. So in products, you can add the products that you want to have listed to sell in the app. All right, so first you can add categories. For example, if you have a clothing store, you could have a category for shirts, one for pants, one for shoes, and so on. So you can add that here. Then let's click on Add New Product. Here's where you can input all the information about it. So product name. Select one of the categories you've created. Product type, so is it physical or digital? Then you can add the description of the product over here. You can also add media. Is it an image or a video? And then you can choose the file and upload it. You can also add a thank you page. So once the buyer has completed a checkout, then they'll be directed to that page to say thank you for your purchase or whatever you'd like. You can set the price over here. And you can also add variants here. So if it's a shirt, for example, you can add size or color variants in this section. And then click Save. And you can see it listed over here. Okay, so that's how to add products. There's also an order manager where you'll be able to see a list of all your orders. So the product name, order ID, order date, and status. Under coupon settings, here is where you can add and manage coupons. So click on Add New Coupon over here. Give it a name. Here you can set a minimum order value, so the customer would have to spend a certain amount for the coupon to be valid. Then the value of the coupon, how long it's valid for. And then you can generate a code by clicking here, or you can type your own custom code. You can also add a description if you'd like. And then here you can choose the coupon type. So is it valued at a flat amount, so like $5 or $10 flat, or is it percentage based? So a percentage of the total value of the item or purchase will then be subtracted. Right, save coupon. And here it is. Okay, and then Delivery Manager. This is where you can assign someone to be in charge of the delivery fulfillment of the orders. Click here. Add their details. Create a password. You can auto-assign orders to always go to this email or not. And click Add. Okay, and then we have the Settings tab. So if you purchase the Upgrades or the FastPass bundle, then you'll get access to the white label, the reseller panel, and the client manager over here. With white label, you'll be able to rebrand AppOwls and sell it as your own. So you'll be able to change the domain name. You can switch out the AppOwls logo with your own. So this is where you can do all of that. In the reseller panel, you'll be able to give special access to others to log in. And all you have to do is add their account over here. Click Add New Account. Then put in their details. And you can send their login details to them via email. And finally, we have the Client Manager. So once you've created an app for a client, you'll be able to add them to the client list here and give them access to the app. So click here. You can add their name, email, and then assign which apps they'll have access to. Create a password. And again, you can send their login details to them via email. Then click on Add, and it's done. All right, so now we know the ins and outs. Let's dive into creating an app. Head back to the dashboard. And then click on Create New App. So you've got two options here. Auto-Generate will use an incredible AI-powered software to design a completely done-for-you app. All you have to do is select a category, then choose one of the given templates for that category, give it a title, click Next, and it'll be generated for you. Then, of course, everything is completely customizable thereafter, so this can save you tons of time. For this demo, though, we're going to create an app manually. So let's go back. Select Manual App. Okay, so now you'll see a list of all the different templates that you can choose from. All the categories are listed here in the sidebar. Or you can scroll through until you find one that you like. Also, right up here, you can click on Create App from Scratch, and this will give you a completely blank canvas to work from. So let's pick a template. We'll go with Fashion from the categories list. Okay, and I'm going to pick the first one. As you click it, you'll see the preview pops up over here. So you can scroll through to see if you're happy with it. Then click on Continue with Selected Template over here, and it'll take you into the editor. Okay, so we'll get through everything, but first, we start here at General Settings. Okay, so let's give the app a name. Then we can add the support email that's linked to the app. Next is the domain name. You can either use an AppOwls subdomain, so in this case, it'll be thrifty.appowls.com, or you can enter your own custom domain if you have one set up. Now, to do that, you'll need to ensure the following. It must be a top-level domain, and then you need to update the A record on your host server by copying this IP address and following the instructions below. Okay. Next, you can change your app icon. You can upload your own, or you can search images on Pixabay for thousands of free images to use. I'm going to upload my own. Crop it. Okay, and you can see it's being updated in the preview section over here. All right, then you can set the app's time zone and click on Continue. Okay, so the splash screen looks like this, and this is the first thing that the user sees when they open your app. All right, so let's update the logo. You can display the title if you want, but I'm going to leave it unchecked. Then we can choose a background. I think a gradient looks really nice. You can choose your own colors here, or select a preset. Okay, choose linear or radial gradient. Right, or you can also use an image. So let's grab one from Pixabay quick. Okay, cool. Looks good. Click Continue. Here is where you'll be able to insert your external scripts for tracking or analytics. So you can paste the Google Analytics or Facebook Pixel script, or whichever tools you want to use, you can add that here. Okay, then we have notification. So you can choose whether or not you want to receive app notifications via email. So if you have a specific email that you want new bookings to be sent to, you can enter it here. If you have a specific email that you want purchase notifications to be sent to, enter it here, and so on. Here you can toggle cookie consent. So by default, it shows your standard consent requests, but if you'd like to have your own custom text, then you can paste it in here. All right, then installation bar. At the bottom of this app, you'll see an icon that prompts the user to download and install the application. So when this is enabled, you can create a title and a description for what you want the installation bar to say. Continue. Okay, authentication. Here you can enable a login for the app. So if you don't want any app registrations or signups for users to use the app, then you can toggle this off and there will be no login page. Users will be able to open the app and access all the pages. But if you want users to sign up and create an account, then you'll enable this option. There's also an email verification option to help prevent spam accounts. Once a user signs up with their email, then they'll be sent a verification link that they have to click to activate their account. All right, seller address settings. This is where you'll insert all the business details. So the business email, phone number, business address, and so on. Okay, click Continue. Here's the SMTP settings for any in-app purchases or application-specific notifications. Then the emails going out will be sent using these SMTP settings. Integrations is where you can link your autoresponder accounts, like MailChimp and so on, for the forms. This way, when a form is added in the application, then once a user has filled it out, the autoresponder that you've linked will send out a response. You can also link your Google Analytics by pasting your tracking ID over here and clicking Link. Okay, and then finally for this section, we have payment settings. And this is where you can link any of the following payment options. So let's click on Add New Payment Account. You'll see nothing is linked here yet. So we click on Add New Payment. Now enter the account name, payment type, so we're using PayPal. Then enter the PayPal email address, and the client ID and the client secret, which you can retrieve from the PayPal settings area. All right, now when the account is linked, you can toggle that on over here and select the account. You can choose the app currency. Here, you can enable or disable cash on delivery options, and you can also enable shipping charges if there are any. All right, so that's all of the app's general settings done. Let's move on to page and elements. So you can see from the app template that we chose, we have a home page, a shop, and a few other pages here already. You can navigate to each page here by just clicking on it. You can also add more pages just by clicking on Add New Page, like maps or an FAQ page and so on. Then once you add it, it'll appear here. Now, whichever page you have selected in this tab, you can start to add elements to it. If we come over to the app preview and we click here, now you'll notice the edit box appears around it. Now, all of these are different elements, and you'll be able to edit them from here. You can add, change, or delete them. You can click on text to edit it, as well as change fonts, sizes, and styles. If you click on the settings wheel on the box element itself, open up the slider, you can change the background. You can edit the CTA button within the element. So here, this one says Shop Now. We can change it to Buy Now and see it updates in real time. You can also add an internal or external link that the user will be redirected to once they click on the button. Okay, in the Element Style tab, you can customize it even further. You can change the size of the element on the screen, either half, small, or full width. You can change the button color, keep it solid, or you can give it a gradient if you like. Change text color. You can also customize the button border, so you can have it solid, dotted, or dashed. So there's a bunch of customization options here that you can play around with until you're happy with how it looks. Now, if you want to add any elements to your page, all you have to do is click on the Add button over here. Okay, and it'll be added right at the bottom of the app. You can then click on it, and then click and hold the arrows, and you can drag and drop it wherever you'd like it on the page. All right, so you can add anything from plain text, media. If you click Add, you'll see image, audio, and video. You can add a greeting, which looks like this. And then, of course, you can customize it how we just did before. You can add a button specifically, and then select the button type. So is it a URL, call, mail, or SMS button? You can also edit the button text. And you can also add the redirect links. You can add a countdown timer. So for example, if you're launching a sale or something, then you can add the countdown timer to the app. Select a date and time for when the countdown is due. Select a time zone. Okay, under element style, you can again adjust the background. And there's also a few different layouts that you can choose from. Okay, next you can also add an iframe. So essentially, this places another web page within your app. And this is used for advertisements, embedded videos, or interactive content. You can just paste the URL over here. Right, you can add a slider. Once you've added it, you can also add more slides by clicking here. To change the text, simply click on the text in the preview and edit it however you'd like. And again, under the element style, there are loads of customization options. Background, the indicator position, the controller position, colors, borders, and so on. Okay, next we can add a form. Once you've added this, you can select the autoresponder you linked earlier. Then select the email list. Give the form a name. You can write a thank you message that will appear once the user has completed the form. And you can also add a redirect URL that will take the user to a certain internal or external link once they've filled out the form. You can also adjust or add the input fields of the form. All right, so let's just change this button text to submit. Right, you can also add a rating option for users. You can add a map. So if you have a physical store, you can put the map's address in over here. Social sharing. You can also edit which apps you want to include. Then enter the URL over here. And you can also change the icons if you'd like. You can add a grid. And then adjust the size and the layout. You can also add more grids over here. Right, you can also list items and do the same. Okay, then we have products. So this will show the products that you added into the products section from earlier on of a selected category, and they'll be displayed over here. You can make it a slideshow, and you can pick how you want them to be previewed. And again, just click the text to change it over here. Bookings. So if you've created an event or an appointment, then users will be able to access that booking form from over here. You can choose which plan it'll direct them to. And again, you can customize it here to change the button or background as you'd like. Here's the loyalty program element. So if you've created a loyalty program, then you can select it from here. So for example, for the cards, now you can see that there are 5 cards displayed in the element. And these are the cards that the users will collect. Now you can also edit the card boxes. So if you don't just want them to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can upload an image for the first 4 cards. And then the final card is the winning card. So you can also select a specific winning image for that card as well. Then you can also change the text here just by clicking on the element. All right, and lastly, we've got custom code. And this is where you can paste any third-party scripts. So for example, if you want to use a YouTube link or a Vimeo video, then you can add that here. All right, next, at menu and navigation. This is how you can customize the menu style. For the main menu, okay, we can toggle on what we want displayed in this area. And it's the same for the rest of them. So you can go through the profile menu, the footer menu, and also the menu style, and then choose whichever options you like, and then click Save and Continue. And then the final step is the theme customization. So this template gave us a theme already, but if you want to change the colors, you can go through here and pick the colors that you prefer. All right, that's it. You can go back on any of these steps if there's anything that you want to change. Or if you're happy with how everything looks, then come up here and click on Publish App. Say Yes, Publish. And you're done. You have a completed app. Now, the last thing that we'll be doing today is taking this PWA app that you've just created and converting it into native Android and iOS so that you can download it and publish it into their stores. Simply click on the Generate App button for either Android or iOS. Click Yes, Generate. And you can see your request has then been submitted, and the APK file will be emailed to you. There will also be a Download Direct button available here soon. All right, so that's it for the demo. Now, give me a 1 or a yes if you think that this is incredible and you think that this is something that could help you make money. Over to you.